Greetings, fellow Wendigo. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo. Episode 248. One-hit wonder. Is it worth making a mini freezer for these sperm samples? Well, the sperm samples are kept here, and the eggs are kept here, so they're pretty close in proximity to one another. I don't think there's going to be much of a case for that. So another 8, a 7, and an 8. Oh, and here's the baseliner cross. I'm going to guess it's a 6. It's a 5. It's statistically average. And it's going to get smashed. I wonder, is it too cold for trade? It is not. I should have been doing this more often. It's 50-50 per gene. I saw that it wasn't... Your calculator didn't say it was 50-50 though. A good example of that would be... where is mass? Where is mass? Oh, mass would be... columns. Okay, I can't find mass anywhere. Oh, because did I sterilize mass? I did, didn't I? Yeah, I sterilized mass. Never mind. Scorpio, you are a child. That was quick. You can remain a colonist. We should have some births soon. Day and a half. 3 days. So a bunch of births in 3 days, and then another one in a day and a half. Yeah, if you're wondering how close I am at 90.909 repeating close to my goal. Which doesn't actually mean very much, because being 90% of the way doesn't mean I'm all that close in the scheme of things. Well, there hasn't been a raid in a while, so I think I'm going to start setting up the uranium mine. Seeing that I have kind of plenty of plasteel now. Q's a raid, right? I need someone. This lab, you'll do it. Start hauling that plasteel. I hate when the doors are propped open like that. There's a QL mod that stops people from ever putting things indoors, but I don't have it installed. Consider it part of the challenge. I think it was Alchemist made that mod, maybe Fluffy, I forget which. Alchemist and Fluffy make a lot of like QL mods, kind of like Cathanon now, that do simple little things which are like super nice to have and don't dramatically affect the game. I'm sure anyone that plays with mods in RimWorld probably knows those two names because it's very common. Sihoru? A fast-walking night owl. Man, you're wanted to be a Wendigo, aren't you? So, Bonnie, you got, oh, you did not get xenogermination implanted. That would be because I didn't allow you to have medicine. Mods like numbers are really useful as well, yeah. Yeah. There's in my mind, there's like maybe 4 types of mods. There are user interface mods, which don't change the fundamental game mechanics at all, like color-coded mood bars or numbers. Right, it doesn't actually change the way the game runs, it just displays data in a more useful and user-friendly way. Then there are micro quality of life mods, like Vein Miner, which allows you to just like click once and mine the whole vein, or, you know, like don't put things indoors or whatever. Then there are mods which pretty significantly change the game mechanics, but there aren't like conversion mods. And a lot of those mods, you know, you can pair together. And then you have like the sort of full conversion mods, which totally change the look and feel of RimWorld, like RimWorld of Magic, or a lot of the vanilla expanded mods that change RimWorld enough that it won't play like RimWorld at all. And most of my series that are like vanilla plus are going to use the UI only and slightly changed game mechanics mods. This, of course, has a lot of more significant game changers, like the growth vat accelerators is a pretty significant change, as is the mod that allows me to have metabolic efficiencies below -5, because if I didn't have that, this series would be 10 years in the making. It'd be like unaccomplishable. But fundamentally, this plays fairly vanilla, apart from a few of those more significant game-changing mods, which are really only speeding up the breeding process. My point being, getting a perfect Wendigo in pure vanilla is possible, it's just going to take you eons. Mad prisoners. No, I'm just not going to take on prisoners. You'd say there's a 5th type, purely cosmetic but not UI? I would still consider, like, hair colors, you know, or hairstyle mods, like, kind of... Yeah, I mean, even color-coded mood bar you can argue is like a cosmetic mod, but I see your point. Oh, another raid of breachers. They've got a triple. It's the only Doom level weapon they have. Speaking of Doom... I am going to try to head off this raid with explosives. So Sentinel and Cath. This is going to get spicy. Go get yourself some Doomsday launchers. Yes, slaves with Doomsday launchers. And then report for duty on the front lines. Cactus, you're too far away, and T-Sang, you're too valuable to be used as berserking shooters. This is going to end well? It might not. Interestingly, of these Tox Blighters, very, very few of them, maybe none of them, have, like, Tox weapons. That's an incendiary launcher. No, there's 6 Tox bombers. Okay. I figured with all the Doomsday launchers that we have in storage, I ought to start using them. And single phages are particularly good in getting in position because of the long jump legs. So why not send my Sanguos in? I'll have one to like invisible them and they'll have them just go. What are they doing though? They show up, they murder one of their own dirt moles. Like, straight up murder. They fragnated it. Oh, geez. No, they're breaching the mountain and blowing themselves up in the process. This is what you get when your brain is full of toxins. Tox rot. You get real stupids. Because my lord, is their tactics really stupid. Alright. He's already firing. I don't know if I led the targets well enough. Oh, I think I did! Kath, you don't even need to fire. I'm just so good. You don't need to fire. They're already fleeing. Boom! That's what we get. Don't show up in my map tile expecting me to be friendly. False alarm, everyone. We did it. Oh my lord. Absolute smushed that raid. One doomsday launcher. And they're all dead. There's a lot of dirt moles in here too, aren't there? Hussar. A genie? Dirt mole. Dirt mole. The Masterworks is like just Masterwork corsets. I mean, I'm not unhappy about that, but they're so dime a dozen now, they don't even matter to me. Did you get implanted? You did. Okay, so Bonnie, you were going to get inserted. And I can't run a, well, I could run a prediction for this, but it doesn't really matter. Because every single gene that Bonnie has is a gene that I want to scan. Still in a coma, though. Yeah, I have to wait a day and a half. Boo. Well, that was an easy raid. Blessed be thy, doomsday launch. Who wants to... I want to see in chat. How many corpses do you think are at my map tile now? I have been, Ooh, God. Speaking of which, I need to start butchering again. Because we're very low on, human meat. But I've been butchering like crazy. But I'm sort of curious how many you think are on the map tile at the moment. So... put down your numbers, your best guess numbers, and I'll check in a minute. So Kath has genes regrowing, will be done in about 2 days. That's probably going to be our next scan. I'm going to put my own guess down. I'm going to say opinion. I think your number is very close at 820. I'm going to say 870 corpses. That'd be my guess. It'd be cool if, yeah, if there was like a guess a number type built in for Twitch. Absolutely. You know, technically the waster, like this female, could be used for breeding with Jacking Chan. I'm not going to go to the effort, but like, I'm acknowledging that it would be useful. I'll check. 771. Man, someone guessed 750? That would be stickiest. 771. Well, okay, 70, 72, 3, 4. So 775 corpses on the map top right now. And I've been butchering like crazy. Wow. Nemelius, through traits, became a high mate. Where is Nemelius? Look at this. Delicate, sanguine, and beautiful. With social skill of 16. You just really wanted to be a high mate, didn't you? But too bad. Gonna implant ugly in your face. And you're gonna be ugly instead. Oh, I missed a pet dogs, didn't I? Hey, bud. Here you go. You expect a jar of jelly beans in the mail? What's funny is I have jelly beans in the other room. My wife bought it for my mother-in-law. Like, jelly beans are not my jam, and they're not really hers either. So I was like, why do we have jelly beans? And she's like, oh, they're from my mom. It's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Speaking of jelly beans. Totally unrelated story. Well, that's a lot of raids. And actually, if you look at these dots, I don't know if the resolution allows it, but a lot of these raids got coupled together. Like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Really trying to punch above the belt, or below the belt. Storm is okay in my region? Yeah. Last Thursday, though, was it Thursday? Maybe it was Tuesday. When was the giant lightning storm? No, that was that Tuesday? I forget. But a lightning strike actually shook my house, and 2 separate trees in my backyard got hit by lightning. I think the lightning forked and hit both branches. So I called a tree service company a few days ago about that, because the limbs are not downed but are gonna fall, and they're definitely gonna take out anything they fall on. Fun times. It would have been cool to see on camera, yeah. And the trees are like 20 feet that way too. I mean, it was so above my head. Yeah, it's been pretty wild weather here. Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, luckily last year I had an arborist company come and like take down a lot of the branches that were problematic. I even cut down a few of the trees myself that were easier to cut down. The branches I had them cut down are ones that you'd need a cherry picker to do. Just because there's a lot of trees that kind of like loom over my house, and I didn't want them coming down at a bad time. Well, now that we know that there were 775 corpses in the map tile, we can keep track of how quickly I butcher. We've already butchered 8 of them. New egg. Coruscant. Jacking Chan, what a surprise. Oops. Oh, doesn't look right. I'm actually going to turn all this into Tinctoria. Personally, I've been pretty lucky about all of the storms. Like, I've avoided most of the damaging stuff. Fingers crossed and count my blessings, but yeah, that's more or less been the case. The worst storms always seem to pass right on by. Skyra, a pessimist. Tancrowd, a teetotaler. Always get the best traits. Coruscant Jacking Chan is a 7. Alright. The next slot that will open up won't be for a while. So we have to wait for our vat grown to age out. The oldest is only 13. Banish might catch up at 9, just because of all the accelerators, though. Making Sentinel refuel all the hemogen devices out of cruelty. I could try to make another accelerated growth vat. It's probably best a task for post-raid, I'd imagine. Like, not during the reactor raids in case of complexity or micromanagement. Two days left on the reactor. So another thing that I noticed, what side project should I take on? Here are 4 choices. We have 2 days left at the reactor raids. So, side project. Fixing missing fingers and toes. We could either do that with growth vat, or we could do that with bionics. Xenogerm implantation, because I have a wider array of xenogerms now than I had before. So, it would be possible to improve our soldiers. Additional growth vats. You know, trying to maybe expand the kitchen. I might not have to. To expand this kitchen, I could probably just run a wall here. But then to add additional accelerated growth vats to the facility might be necessary. Or viewer's choice. I would open up a suggestion box and you guys could just propose your own projects if you didn't like my own. Well, we've almost butchered, what, 40 corpses so far? It's pretty fast. Pretty fast. Trade caravans should be coming in pretty soon, too. Oh, God. Banished Puppet, you are a chemically interested and jealous individual. What a fine combo. It's been mysteriously quiet. Well, no, looking at the pattern of raids, I guess that's not exactly true. We're due for one in about a half day. Chemical interest again? I know. It's the curse of Wendy. Wendy and her traits. Luckily, the traits of a full-fledged Wendigo individual doesn't really matter, right? It's only genetics that matter. But yeah, it's pretty ridiculous that the traits that I receive are just utter garbage. Tox Blighter. Attack immediately. We have tons of relationships here. As you can see, my head's full of them. Oops, I didn't mean to right-click that. Oh well, too late. These Tox Blighters... But what the hell? They're all brawlers? Goofballs. Total goofballs. Okay. Well, put the base in lockdown. Ah, the mechs are still in lockdown. And get my shooters out there. Wendy, you should join. Get my shooters out there just to pop them in the face. There is a hussar or two. Yeah, there's three hussars in this mix? Is there two groups? There could be. Oh yeah, there's two groups. There's a single dude on the western half that has a gun. That's why I didn't mean to click off the message. Because you can, if you leave it up on the screen, you can mouse over and it will show you where the enemies are. A little bit of an oops, but not a big deal. Healthy vet birth. It's a 6 with super immunity. And we will run the giveaway. Good luck. Supreme Justice, maybe you'll win. I know you were asking for luck earlier. Turn it on. Why not? Actually, let's have it not as a valid path. Oh, Jack, you are, oh, it's 3. No, it's 2 groups. I'm just out of position. All right, Jack, keep moving. So I have Brazic coming over here to psycast mess with them. The second western group, and the eastern group's just getting gunned down. Lined up and shot. Alright, east group's fleeing. Come to target west. Turn off the turrets. 5's already closed the door. This is like a... It's just like a nothing raid. Yes, group up, please. Oh, you don't have Berserk Pulse, do you? That's fine. See if I can't capture Grief here. He'll probably die. Yep, dead. Absolute dominance. Later, Tater. Oh, he's a hussy. You know what? Hold on, Tater. I'm going to try to make Tater into my genetic salad. How about you slow... Oh, I can't do anything to you. You're a hussar, that's right. A hussar high on yayo. That's an individual who is not going to slow down for nothing. Pole. Fixing missing fingers and toes. Wins in overtime. I'm just going to try to punch him. Yes. Just fall over. And she ripped you to shreds. Well, still, it's fun. Wall raise him in. In the cave? Yeah, I probably could have done that. In hindsight. The problem is, when you're high on yayo, you, like, ignore pain. So you fight for a long time, and it's hard to bring you down that way. You're just Neander. Waster, waster, waster. Okay. Corpse count? 736. If you were wondering. Just a few seconds left on the raffle timer, so good luck. This baby is going to be implanted with baby once we put it down. Silden, I'm guessing you're going to want to trade up because right now you're crypto slept. Just let me know if you do want to trade up, that is. Kadath's countdown for a new drug hit? That's a good question. 2.8 days ago. Trade up, please. All right, you got it. And then the other you is now, yeah, Nightbot, fine, you win. You keep self-assigning, you keep proclaiming that you've won. So you get to sit in my deep freezer for now. I give up trying to have Nightbot not qualify. Nightbot keeps crowning itself king of the genetics. Silly bots. It just occurred to me that this individual died to everyone farting out their tox gases because they're not a waster, so it didn't do well for them. It's a problem with the waster faction. When you're a waster pirate, only 72% of the waster pirates are actually wasters. So the other 18% aren't actually tox immune. So when the wasters then start using crazy amounts of toxic weapons, the other 18% of their raid party dies because they get gassed. It's like, oops. Oh well. Gives you an idea of why they're not well liked. All right, so you guys say replacing fingers and toes was the priority. So let's start with Elevair, who needs a foot. I'm going to make this with Wendy. And then Frosty needs a finger. Make this with Tisei. Timer on the reactor is just 1.2 days. Is this my longest running series? It is indeed. It is indeed, Dave. I bit off a larger goal than I imagined it to be. I should have probably sat down with a calculator and figured out how bad this one was going to be before embarking, because it has been quite the super marathon to try to see this through. Don't forget to scan Bonnie. I think Bonnie just got out of the coma. But the reminder, yeah. The reminder is helpful. So let's go ahead with that. Bon. This door needs to be opened. Oops. Trala, you look free. Go tralalero your way over to that door. My was once clean stockpile is getting a little dirty again. You're glad that I shut down your idea for the initial mod? You would have hated you after the 6 months of that complexity? Yeah. I mean... This is probably too complex of a goal as it is. Keeping it as simple as possible is ideal. So we got up to Frosty, so the other limbs that we need, another finger. Yeah, just, alright, 2 arms and a leg. That's not bad at all. Here comes the traders. Bulk goods from Italor, you're going to be first. The other thing I'm going to need to do is I called in a war merchant. I'm going to need to, like, stockpile the entire map, which is, I hate doing. It's obnoxious. I wish the weapons laying on the ground would count for me without having to, like, actually stockpile them. But they don't. I have to run around and add them to the stupid stockpiles. Go buy some more animal meat to make sure that the prisoners are well fed. I'm actually selling the raw fungus. Well, no, I'll just keep it. It's already hauled where it needs to be. Doesn't make much sense to sell it. 15 dies. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the first Wendigo, which originally streamed live on Twitch August 27th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, it also has a link to Discord, as does the description in this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch a next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Wendigo.